Pickaxe.
Welcome, cast and crew, back to Nocturne, a Curse of Strahd tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D, or on my personals at Rye.McManus. And I am joined today by my wedding ready cast and crew. We have May.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm playing the maid of honor who's here to slay in all meanings of the word. And you can find me on social media as May LaFay. I will be posting wedding pics, just you wait.
The maid of honor, if you will.
No.
We got Jose back for his 44th intro.
Crazy. Hello, everyone. Jose here. I'm playing Alizzato, just a bearded man, very, very excited and nervous about the wedding that is to take place. You can follow me on socials at DMJoseG, and I will not be posting any wedding photos, as Alizzato would probably not know how to use a camera.
I'll tag you.
Oh,
there you
dope. Go. And then he'll figure, I'll be like, oh, hey, Dahlia, can you help me? What's this tag?
What does this button do?
Speaking of Dahlia, we have Betty.
Hi, it's me, Betty K. I'm Betty the Beholder on TikTok and Instagram. I play Dahlia, your constellation of melancholia. Party ready. Let's do it.
And finally, we have Anna.
Hello, I'm Anna, Brizzy Voices on the internet. I'm playing Esmeralda Daphne, the non-playable character that I am nonetheless playing.
Heading away from Berez, Ali driving your newly acquired tree, he tried to connect with the plant, only for it to provide the name Ari. On the way back home, you discuss Strahd's journal entries, finding out why women loved Sergei and other notes that were hard to believe. You all stop by Ricky's to brief him on the plan before heading back to Vallaki and parking your new passenger van. Before bed, Dahlia sent out a message to a long lost friend, only to find that her words did find something on the other end. Ollie got straight to work the next morn, seeing Devlin behind the counter, while the others got to scheming on the best way to approach the encounter. Wedding, heart, Strahd, coffin, a 4-part endeavor. Though the more you spoke, it seemed details were still hazy, however. You would change plans as needed, and ultimately decided to split up, shocker. Ali and Ez would hunt down the heart, while Dahlia and Zielle filibustered. With the help of your allies and pockets full of supplies, it's finally time to head to the wedding and fight for a well-deserved sunrise. And we are coming to a close on the night before the big day. I hope you all are able to get some well-deserved sleep tonight, because you're going to need every ounce of strength, every drop of intellect, every trick in the book that you can pull to get through this wedding.
You think we deserve it?
I have every finger crossed for you all.
Oh, God.
Before you all head to bed on this final night, is there anything in particular that you would like to do, to say, to prepare? You all are currently alone in your separate rooms. You have a moment to yourself, a second of quiet to sit with your thoughts. Each of you hoping that this is the last night you'll be sleeping underneath the mist-filled sky.
Provided there are no interruptions. Zielle only needs her 4 hours anyway, so she'd probably be up for the first 4, and sometime during that, I would like to set up my little altar. I'm going to do it the same way I normally would for Suni, which is in front of the mirror, because I don't really know any other way, even though I know it's probably not the same for Cade. But I'll light a couple candles and some incense and sit down cross-legged in front of my mirror looking at my own reflection. She'll just speak out loud as she normally does. Cade, are you listening? She'll give it a moment before she continues.
Nothing seems to occur in this moment.
Well, I suppose that's fine either way. Because I've decided I'm no longer hiding behind the will of the gods. I am not Strahd. I will not choose what others' lives or deaths mean. But I will choose them. Their deaths. Or whatever it takes. to ensure his. Kind of look around for a sign again, and when she doesn't see anything that she's familiar with, such as Suni's comfort she would get before. You said I'd stand at your side, which means the inverse applies as well. Or at least it better. I know you're somewhat restrained, but any help you can offer in the night to come, tomorrow, that's all. That's all.
Zielle, could you make me a religion check with advantage, please?
Sure can. I'm gonna roll this dice because it was lucky last week. Oh. Good thing it's an advantage because that was a natural. 19.
Normally when you would sit and pray to Suni, it is this more peaceful ritual. You light your candles, scents fill the air, and you can feel her deep within this warmth. None of that seems to come to you this time around. No waving of your hair, no change in the scents around you that fill the air. Instead, within you can hear the dripping of water reverberating as if it was being dropped in a large lake. And cracked among the mirror in front of you reads, "Saving energy. Yes." A much more harsh response than you're used to when you would hear from Suni. But it seems a response was given indeed.
She'll bow her head and go through her usual mantras about protecting the light. Things that she once said before she had broken her oath. After some time praying, she'll blow out the candles and actually, I'll leave them lit. I'm gonna need some light because also before I go to sleep, I would like to craft some holy water.
Ooh, okay.
I believe I would be able to say that was like an hour-ish plus whatever else she does tonight. It would take an hour each, so I should be able to make like 3 flasks of holy water.
Sure, that sounds good to me. And we will move to the following morning. The morning of the big day. You all begin to wake up in the Blue Water Inn in your respective beds. I'm not sure who is more anxious for the big day, Strahd, Irina, the party, or me. But with that, one, I would love for you all to take a long rest in case you need it. And another thing, as you all begin to awake, it is as if you woke from the deepest, most wholesome slumber you could imagine. Plentiful dreams of colors you never thought imaginable. You wake up with a sense of whimsy. You wake up with a smile on your face. Each and every one of you. Because of Zielle's high religion check, Cade would like to grant each of you a free feat going into the wedding.
What?
Oh my god.
That's my fiancé!
For the listeners, while they all scour the crazy list of feats, we did do some off-screen shopping. We rolled. Zielle got a 17 persuasion, as they decided that she was the one to be doing the talking. We had some potions that were retrieved, as well as 4 sending stones at a hefty price. But the 17 persuasion definitely helped along the way.
Is there a vampire slayer feat?
The morning is yours. You all find yourself awaking in the Blue Water Inn. It's quite tranquil downstairs. Calm for once. Few people down there eating breakfast, partaking in a early morning drink, or maybe they're just left over from last night and they haven't quite gone to bed yet.
In her room, before meeting up with everybody, Dahlia went to sleep immediately after she kind of reached out to the ether and only has to do her 4 hours of meditation. And after that, immediately kind of got up and got to work on this journal that she got from the Beast's Rose. Something that she knows is recurring in this fight against the devil is keeping record of things, right? Strahd has kept a record of himself and his transformation, and the hag kept a record of Strahd and his life, and kept a record of when she was like in the dungeon and he was experimenting on her. And so Dahlia is kind of in the camp of, well, if the devil can keep a journal, so can we. And has spent what she knows to be through the sunrise, even though there's no sunrise in this place. She knows that somewhere a sun is rising as she's writing these words on this page. And she's writing down literally just everything that she knows. She is talking about the werewolves, about the vampire spawn that were in Vallaki, the church, the Vishtani. She's talking about the rules of the vampires in this world, how they work and how they like garlic can't kill them, so don't try it, right? Stuff like that. Everything that she knows about how to defeat them. Best practices: use radiant magic if you have it. Don't be out in the woods at night. Don't make deals with the gods. She's talking about her previous party. She's writing down names that she knows that maybe her party members aren't familiar with, but meant so much to her, like Rowan and Nori and Elle and Morty. She's writing down the stories of the people that our group has lost. She's talking about Danica. She's talking about Enzo and Ismark and Rictavio. And she's talking about Tanis and Azria, who she never met, but knows are integral parts of our journey to this point. She's writing about Theren and how he is loyal and stubborn and so loved and how valuable he was. She's now writing about people who are still up and fighting. She's writing about Alizzato, how he is quiet and steady and strong. She's writing about Zielle, who is just and unconquerable. She's writing about Ez, who has stuck with them throughout every single horrible, traumatic thing that has occurred and given them such invaluable knowledge in Barovia and of Barovia. She's writing about the stories that they have learned. So everything, she's essentially kind of copy and pasting Strahd's journal, the hag's journal. She's writing down, she's kind of, tagging in pages from his journal in the middle of pages from her journal and kind of Frankensteining together just all the information that someone would need if they had to try to kill Strahd. The very end of the journal reads,
"Still, after all this, all the pain and the fear and the hurt, I cannot help but pity the man. His greatest fear is loneliness. He has tortured and tormented countless lives trying to find a way to beat it, to get ahead of it. I was dead, rotting, and still I breathed and I bled. Despite his decades of efforts, he couldn't understand how or what was keeping me alive. I now know that what was keeping me alive, what I have that Strahd doesn't, even with both of us dead as we are, is a soul. I have the warmth of friendship and love and memories of goodness seared into it, as all of us do. We all have a righteous and radiant love imbued with our very essence. That is why we cannot stop fighting, why we must end him or die trying. He chases after Titania, desperately believing that if he catches her, love will magically burn within his being. But the truth of Count Strahd von Zarovich is that no love can ever make a home between his ribs. And anything he holds there will always try to escape from the prison of his bones. He will never be satiated, because he is incapable of possessing that which he craves so much. Strahd could never love something more than he loves himself. His selfish pursuit of a woman who will never hold love for him confirms it. He doesn't want to love. He is desperate to possess her. You must fight for love here like your very life and beyond depends on it, because it does. The only thing that separates the blood on your hands and the blood on the devil's is its purpose. And just as any other thing that lives, breathes, and bleeds, he can be destroyed. If we couldn't, you can. If you love hard enough, you'll have no other choice. Best of luck. The Sunbringers.
and she blows on the ink to dry it just a little bit, closes the book, and writes on the front cover, "The Sunbringer's Guide to Barovia, a tale of horror and hope," in parentheses, "how to kill the devil and other evil vampires."
Oh my god. Publish it.
And when she is kind of satisfied with her work, knowing it's still pretty early, she is going to go to Alizzato's door and give it a gentle knock with the book in hand.
Yeah, maybe Alizzato hung out at the Blue Water Inn, more so helping to clean up after everybody and make sure that all affairs are in order, and reminiscing over the place that he used to go to so often that now he is not only responsible both in mind, body, but also in spirit as he thinks about Danica's kids and everything else. But he opens the door to Dahlia.
Good morning.
Morning. Dahlia, how are you?
I'm doing well. How did you sleep?
I would say that I've slept in a fashion I haven't in quite some time. It was almost serene and peaceful. Quite well.
Good. I'm glad. I was wondering if I could get your help with something.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I am going to hand him the book. I wanted to leave something behind in case we can't do what we want to today, for anyone who wants to try in our stead. And I wondered if keeping it in the inn would be a safer place. I don't want to take it with us and Strahd know everything we know about him. So I wondered if you knew a place I might be able to leave this here, where trusted people would be able to know where it is if worst case scenario occurs.
Yeah, you can tell Alizzato is kind of like figuring out exactly what you're asking of him, and then he kind of, I think I might have perhaps the perfect place.
Thank you.
I guess Alizzato will take the book. As he's standing there in front of Dahlia, he looks down the hallway to Danica's room. Make my way over and pause at the door handle before opening it.
That pause is heartfelt for you. You haven't been up to this room ever since that day. And opening the door, you can tell no one else has either. The window is still pried open. The bed sheets are sprawled across the floor. And why don't you give me an investigation check while you're in here?
Ooh, it's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
For a 27.
Looking over, your eyes gaze at the window, knowing that was the last place you knew Danica to leave. And one portrait, sitting just aside the window, is of a small field with one single tree. The leaves are bright and beautiful, and the one thing that you notice is 7 crows in particular spread throughout this painting, which Zielle would have burned into your brain.
You'd hear in Zielle's voice, 7, a secret ne'er to be told.
With your nat 20, even just approaching this painting, you can tell that it is slightly protruding from the wall. A little more than it should be.
Alizzato kind of like walks up and doesn't touch the canvas, but like traces the ravens, and then kind of like notices how much it's poking out, sees the shadow cast upon it, and then I guess perhaps proceeds to like pry it open or see if it just opens naturally.
Upon placing a hand on the frame, it opens on a hinge like a door, revealing a small hidden safe spot inside. There's a couple things that you see inside, one of which being a massive pouch of gold with a note next to it that reads, "For Brahmin Bray, when you're old enough." The other looks like a collection of knickknacks, of small notes, of stuff you would keep during a relationship. Upon further inspection, This is stuff that Erwin had either gifted Danica or notes exchanged throughout the relationship. Small little gifts that she has huddled throughout her life and placed here for safekeeping.
As Alizzato notices all of this, he struggles to disrupt any of it. All of it just so naturally plays as intended by its original owner, if you will. But he takes the book and he's just going to grab like a handful of leaves from his chest plate. And he's just going to rip them. And then he's going to reach over with his other hand and rip some more and eventually end up pulling a good amount of autumn colored leaves that he'll just lay in the most sort of like open area of this little safe spot. And then he'll lay the book on top. Before he closes the frame, he kind of like looks at it. And there's a feeling, I guess, that comes over Alizzato, this very new feeling of pursuing an end and actually perhaps seeing it through. No regenerations, no take-backs. We proceed on. And he just kind of like looks at it, his eyes blink, they turn emerald green. We end this, and we put a rest to all of it. I promise you. And he'll just close it and then walk out of the room, leaving the windows open.
You were able to meet back up with Dahlia?
Knowing where you're going, she sees you kind of clock the door at the end of the hall and has hung back and given you kind of space to navigate through that. And when you kind of meet back up with her, I think she'll just say, I wrote about her and the Keepers of the Feather and everything everyone has given to get us to this point. It is not lost on me that you have been through a lot, Ollie, and you still fight. And I'm very grateful for that.
In all my time here, there have been faces and people living and dying constantly, ripping apart threads of love, promises, futures. All of it just washing away. You tend to lose sight of the days, and it all just becomes one muddled mess. But then, you all came, and like a burning light, forced me to face this horror. And then you presented such kindness, such a way of seeing things. I would be lying if it didn't force me to remember who I used to be. I am thankful for you, Dahlia, and Theren, and Tanis, and Zielle, Esmeralda, Danica, everyone. My life was an endless hell that I just succumbed to. But now I am eager to fight for the sun.
And she's gonna maybe just kind of extend her hand out to you. Then let's go fight.
Grabs her hand.
She pulls you into a big hug.
Alizzato stumbles before he grabs Dahlia and lifts her.
She for a second is like, how could he pick me up? And realizes that she is 60 pounds soaking wet, and it's probably not that difficult. I just have an errand that I need to run this morning, but I will meet you all back here very soon, okay?
Be safe.
She maybe give him a kiss on his forehead before she dashes away. Face purple, but that means blushing to her. And Dahlia's just gonna go pick up her dress and come back.
Esmeralda just is taking out all her stuff and like counting it again and like practicing putting on her clothes for the next day and like practicing like obscuring it under different pieces of fabric and pulling it out without getting stuck on the fabric and all that.
maybe for once, Zielle is the first one down for breakfast. And I think that strikes her too. She's never come down and seen the table empty. There's usually already people there. But she'll sit down at the table. I'll request a piece of bread, even though she really, really doesn't feel like eating. She's gonna try and nibble on it to have some sort of energy while she waits for the others.
It's only a moment before Dahlia returns, dress tucked in a large bag attached to a hanger, ready to go. And you all find yourselves at the bottom of the Blue Water Inn, huddled around your table for one last time. You're all together on the morning of the big day.
Dahlia, did you want me to do your hair or anything?
Dahlia lights up. Yes, of course I want you to do my hair. When do we need to leave?
I don't know, actually. I would assume it's an afternoon to evening wedding, although
Yeah.
Zielle would recommend that we go on the earlier side since she's technically maid of honor, and in theory part of the maid of honor's duties are helping before the wedding. So besides, like, if we can get started any earlier, why not? We have enough time for me to and she like pulls a brush out of her bag and starts brushing your hair.
Yay!
Beautiful long white silver hair. And she'll put it not in an updo, she'll probably do like a braided style, so it's like enough out of your face that you're ready for whatever may come. But it looks very elven, I think, and suits Dahlia's long, slender form.
Esmeralda's curly hair is already back in a big, thick braid.
Ollie, do you need your hair done?
He's like running his fingers through his hair before he finds a knot and just very like, is just jamming it out with his fingers before it eventually just kind of like slightly tears. And then he pulls some hairs out of his fingers and goes, No, I'm all right. I'm fully dressed. I am as prepared as I want that fucker to see me.
I'm gonna do one more thing, not that anyone else needs to, but as we did before we went to Strahd's castle last time, she'll pull out a little pot of this glittery powder, and like war paint, she'll smudge across her eyes a little bit of this glitter. It's mostly translucent. It's not anything like crazy. It doesn't look like actual dark war paint, but with the same idea, she'll do some sparkles and she'll hold it out to Dahlia.
You are my savior today, Zielle. And she'll do the same. Put a little... She goes like way over... She's like way too excited about the glitter though. So it's like on her eyelids. It's on her cheekbones. It's all down her nose. It's all on her top lip. Like she's really just like going for it. She like kind of puts some on her collarbones a little bit. She's like really just trying to be sparkly.
I have 3 little flasks of holy water, and I'm gonna pour sparkles into each of them. And then I'm gonna pass one to each of the other members of the party. So Alizzato, Dahlia, and Ez all get a little pouch of glittery holy water that you can either throw or use however you would wish.
Awesome.
And if nothing else, it has the blessing of me. I'm gonna be a goddess, one day.
Yeah, you are.
So I think I can do that preemptively.
Wait, when you get married, do you become a goddess? Is that how that works?
He said we'd stand side by side. I don't see how that could be true if I'm just like an elf. So you've been blessed by a goddess, and she'll flip her golden curl over her shoulder.
A mighty gift.
I love you guys. No matter what happens.
Alizzato, kind of like a puppy dog, doesn't know what to say. He just kind of like is looking at Zielle. That's a welcomed word. And he'll like reach over and as gently just kind of like embrace her into the feathers, into the beard.
I grab whoever else is next closest with my other arm.
Bring in Dahlia.
Yeah, I grab Ez.
Okay.
Come in.
But Esmeralda right in the middle.
Another blessing from a goddess.
That is why we'll beat him. We have love, and he doesn't.
Shall we go see the sun?
Yes.
I am certainly intrigued by that.
I think we should. 1 second. Dahlia runs upstairs and changes and runs back down. Okay, I'm ready now.
As you all exit the Blue Water Inn, leaving your one quote-unquote home behind in Vallaki, you make for the West Gate, a place Alizzato has gone time and time again back to his now double-decker RV home.
My home is awesome. I need only art of my home.
Yes.
Going through Alizzato's shack and climbing up into Ari. You grab a hold of that gem once more as everyone is piled in, and the tree begins to move once more, driving it around the outskirts of Vallaki to avoid any sort of detection or uproar from its citizens. And we hit the road for Castle Ravenloft. Heading towards the castle, the roads that were once filled with ominous peril are now eerily quiet. There are no wolves howling in the woods surrounding you all. The only thing you can hear really is the sound of rain as it begins to fall through Ari's leaves, as a storm can be heard brewing in the distance. But even as you proceed, no matter the downpour, Ari's roots still make purchase with the road. The road stays firm, your trail does not turn to mud or worsen. Ari is steadfast. And it's only a matter of time before you slowly start retracing your steps, with the first monument you see being that old, lonely, decrepit windmill sitting atop the hill, still slightly spinning in the breeze that was once owned by Tanis. But as you get closer to the castle, you begin to see ruts in the dirt from wagon wheels as carriages slowly start dotting the road ahead, until you finally come up that large hill leading to the drawbridge. Zielle, the Sun Sword, begins to emit emotions of anger, of vengeance, of retribution, with you all coming closer and closer to Castle Ravenloft. Again, the belly of the beast. It looms over you as you approach, almost taunting you on this last day. Its tallest spire guided you along the road. Its drawbridge is down, and its gates are wide open. And so it has come to this. The darkest hour of your long, perilous journey. You stand in the shadow of the devil himself. The road leading to this very moment has been paved with blood, with death, with false hopes, with broken dreams. May the gods watch over you, Sunbringers. For here in Barovia, all is not well, nor will it ever be, so long as this valley and its people suffer under the curse of Strahd. Ari comes crumbling to the forest floor, allowing you all safe exit directly onto the path that continues forth to the drawbridge. Dahlia, in particular, you remember, as this is your second time now aiming for this one particular goal. You remember the quiet on that day. You, your party, the rebels, all that you gathered to your cause, walking calmly up the same road to this very castle. You remember Mordenkainen by your side, you and him specifically leading the charge to take down the devil once and for all. And that day comes back to you in waves. You can almost see it in front of you as you approach the drawbridge. That feeling of finality, that adrenaline of a fight soon to come as you stare down the castle ahead. The castle that you stand before on this very day. Just you, Mordenkainen, and a ragtag group of rebels. The rest of your party falling to the gruesome valley in one way or another, as you've seen it done to your party now. Some rebels lined up alongside you were angry, furious, others petrified at the sight of the castle, others ready to end this with sword in hand and a fire in their heart, as rain blankets the drawbridge ahead just like it does in this very moment. And you're brought back to that very day. You can almost hear Mordenkainen as he looked over to you. But before he spoke, Dahlia, what did you look like on this day? And what were you feeling?
Dahlia looked alive. Her skin was not pale and gray and saggy. It was flush, and she was so excited and enraged and confident. She believed more than she had ever believed anything that they were going to walk away victorious and save Barovia, and the absolute worst case scenario happened instead. In her flashback, Dahlia was young and inspired, and now she is something and someone else entirely, but no less determined. As she's walking, she falls behind a little bit. When she blinks, her friends in front of her transform into other people and ghosts of people she remembers, and she blinks and then they're her friends again. She thinks about what she would have needed to hear before she was about to storm the castle with everyone she had ever loved by her side and lose them all. A lot of people are going to die. We all might die. No matter what happens, it doesn't mean it wasn't worth it. If we do nothing, we're as good as dead. We may as well be.
Dahlia, Mordenkainen's voice breaks this silence in a memory. Just keep your eyes on me. Just follow me, okay, Moonsy? We do this for Rowan, for Elle, for Norm, for Nori, for all those who died by the devil's hand, and for those who fell to this god's forsaken valley. May they find a better place for their soul to lie. I just need your eyes on me. You were known among your group, Dahlia, as the optimal healer. The one who kept everyone alive, both at range and by touch. And on this day, something you didn't expect occurred. You and your ragtag group of rebels thought you were storming the castle, only for you to be met by Strahd and a horde of vampires waiting at the other end of the drawbridge. Patient, silent, unmoving, all in formation, your group was facing down one of the most feared generals in history. And he was ready for you. He knew you were coming. He knows everything. And before you could even blink on that day, each side was charging at one another. How did you start this fight, Dahlia? What were you doing? Where were you focused?
Dahlia knew what her job was and tried to fulfill it to her literal dying breath. I think she was following Mordenkainen's instructions and trying to keep her eyes on him. Came to some horrific realizations during the fight that our ragtag group was being eviscerated faster than she could bring them back. And so she had to keep her eyes on Morty because he was the only one who could stay standing. She didn't even have a moon to look at. She had nothing to cling to no reality to center herself in.
No moon in the sky. No constellations to guide you. The only thing you remember seeing in that sky is a battle of pure, immense wizardry between Mordenkainen and Strahd as they took to the air. Which may have been good, drawing Strahd's attention away from the rebels so they could deal with the vampires on foot. But ultimately, you remember these cascades of lightning and fire, pure arcane explosions coming from the battle above that was hitting both innocents and vampires alike. You remember running over to a burned and charred rebel from Kresk, just trying to cauterize any wounds immediately, or breathing life into a Valachian who had bite marks all across his skin, up and down, covered in his own blood, or maybe others as well. You brought others back from the brink this day, but again, your focus was on Mordenkainen. Only for one final blast of power that you can remember to this very day, that shook the bridge on which you stood upon, on which you stand on right now. You felt like it could shatter the bridge that day. And the only thing you remember looking up through the smoke is seeing Mordenkainen limp and falling out of the sky over the Svalak woods, hundreds upon hundreds of feet below. And the only thing that you heard from above, as your body became slowly overwhelmed by vampires, was the echoing voice of Strahd von Zarevich. Seize her, the one who shines brighter than the moon. As bodies upon bodies began piling on top of you, piercing pain throughout every inch of your skin, only for things to go dark. You remember coming to in a moment of pure panic, being dragged inside the castle for it all to fade once more. Your eyes opening again, finding yourself being dragged downstairs, only to lose consciousness and regain it as you were thrown into a cell before you finally passed out for good. And in this moment of recollection, Dahlia, you can't help but wonder if the events are just going to repeat itself. If you're about to watch the ones you grew close to die all over again before your very eyes, leaving you to wander Barovia alone. Again.
That possibility has never hit Dahlia as hard as it does right there. From what she remembers, there were things that she could have done differently in that fight that could have helped more people. And I think she kind of digs her nails into her palms and swears to herself that she will not allow history to repeat itself and that it ends here because it has to. I know we're separated at the beginning, but once the fighting starts, straightens her back and takes a big breath. I'm going to keep watch over every single one of you. Don't worry about me. Every single one of us is going to walk out today. I swear on my life. But thank you for fighting with me.
I want to grab Dahlia's hand.
She squeezes it.
I have never been as strong as I am today with you. And she looks to Ollie and Ez as well. If he's expecting us, well, let's do what we always do and give him some things that he doesn't expect.
In every lifetime, I would be honored to be fighting alongside each and every one of you.
I only met you all a few days ago, but I have never felt hope before. Well, the first time was when that daylight was lit in the middle of the ballroom. And then again on a grander, more Barovia-wide scale when you lit the beacon. So you did it once before, you made it bigger a second time. I believe that you could do it a third time on an even grander scale.
And that's what we call a grand finale.
We're the Sunbringers.
As you step forward through the dismal rain, Castle Ravenloft welcomes you with cold arms and 13 crows perched in the nearby trees, but also corpses clad in armor. 6 wights, armed and armored, watching you from the corners of the castle entry. Slowly, the doors open to reveal a smartly dressed dusk elf who you all quickly remember as Rahadin, the Chamberlain of Castle Ravenloft, Mad Dog of the Devilstrad. And as the doors open from deeper within the castle, you can hear music playing. Soft, mournful, but as you approach and get closer to Rahadin, all you begin to hear is wailing. And Esmeralda, Dahlia, and Alizzato, this is incredibly familiar to the three of you when you accidentally stumbled upon his office in the castle. That same haunting screech, echoes of voices, Rahadin's many victims, screaming from beyond the grave. But as if he was already bored and disappointed with you all, recognizing the faces of, again, Alizzato, Dahlia, and Esmeralda nearly instantly, he looks you all up and down. Frankly, I'm sick of seeing your faces where they don't belong. If it were up to me, your invitations would have been fed to the wolves, just like the lot of you should be. Before he quickly straightens himself up and switches his mannerisms to something a little more pleasant and positive, as he must address the wedding guests properly. Our most anticipated guests step forward and be recognized by the House of Zarovich. As honored guests of Count Strahd, there are expectations to be had. Guest right will not be ignored, and you must swear the oath of hospitality. Tonight we celebrate this union. No harm shall come to you in these halls unless you provoke it. And the Lord of the House promises the same. I need you all to swear to me, each and every one of you individually, here and now, in this hour. Swear to me as adopted brother and servant of Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of this house, Lord of Barovia. Swear to spill no blood, unsheath no sword, and respect our host.
And out of curiosity, what happens if we don't?
Then may the gods smile upon your graves while I spit on them. He says, not breaking a smile.
Be a little happy, will you? Now, it's a fucking wedding at the end of the day. You're supposed to be greeting us, not tantalizing us with the potential of our demise. So, if it pleases you all that well, then yes, I, Alizzato, Aliro, and a name that you shall not hear, swear that I will be on my best behavior.
I'm the maid of honor. I swear that it's okay that nothing happens to me unless I do something bad or whatever.
Rahadin sighs, noticing your presence here. And the other two.
Yes, I swear to not do anything to ruin this most beautiful day.
Dahlia kind of cocks her head a little bit. Were you there the first time?
He just nods. Again, not breaking that smile or eye contact with you, Dahlia.
You must not have been that impressive because I don't remember you. And nonetheless, I swear it. Peace. Or whatnot.
He is not breaking eye contact, nor has he broken this smile. But you can see his right eye is twitching. He's trying to keep his eyebrows under control as to not furrow in your presence at this snarky comment. But instead he composes himself. Given your history, I must insist that you disarm yourselves. It is, after all, a wedding. Your belongings will be returned to you at evening's end, and our Lord has promised that no harm will come to you and yours tonight, should you behave.
I give him my shuttle that's hanging at my waist.
I give him a pile of leaves.
He is looking at one person in particular, having said this, and that is Esmeralda.
So I'll like sigh and start taking out some daggers. I take out daggers from what look like really good hiding places. I sigh again. I take out a hand axe and a short sword. There. Happy?
Very much so. He unloads this horde of weaponry upon the whites behind him, standing guard. Can everyone give me perception checks as you begin to walk inside of the castle?
19.
7.
18.
I do still have weapons on me for the record, just less.
15 for Dahlia.
Alizzato and Zielle, you see these whites specifically go right. Alizzato, in particular, you would know that this is the way that led to the dungeon where Dahlia was held.
Got it.
The things they did not grab was any specific very, very hidden stuff from Esmeralda, the hilt of the sun sword, and the amulet of Ravenkind.
My shield is also a fan, so did they take that?
They did not. No, I apologize about your shield as well.
Yes.
Listen, there is no doubt that you have some plans. Some delusions of grandeur, a scheme up your sleeve, a doomed hope in your hearts. I need you all to listen to me and listen to me well. This is the day of my brother's wedding. A wedding 4 centuries in the making. For Strahd, I slaughtered my own people, cutting them down to the very last mother holding her very last child. Should you endanger this wedding in any way, I promise you an even worse fate. Come, I will follow you in. I have some preparations to attend to.
So are you like the best man, or... Oh, did Strahd not ask you?
No, very much so. I will be up there alongside you, Zielle. We might actually be walking the aisle together.
Lucky you.
Speaking of, he whistles back over his shoulder into the castle, and you can see one of the handmaidens comes up and outstretches a hand towards you. The maid of honor?
Yes. Outstretch my hand back.
Your assistance is required before the wedding. I will guide you to Irina.
I'll see you all in a minute. Don't get into trouble.
You have your lucky rose quartz for love?
Of course.
As you all walk into the wedding, seeing Castle Ravenloft again, it is much, much less bleak and gray than it was during the masquerade. When you first arrived, the entrance had cobweb-covered chandeliers for lighting. There were these stone gargoyles that sat ominously atop the 4 stone pillars in this entryway that hold up this high ceiling. But now it is more used as a gathering for the attendees, as if they're all waiting for the wedding to begin. There are floating candles, whipping magical lights all around, all above the wedding crowd that give off this warm, calm light to those mingling below. There are bouquets of black roses adorning almost every stone pillar and corner of this entrance hall. You can see vases with accents on the walls. It even seems like black petals are floating down like falling leaves, swaying in the breeze before they turn to dust, only to reform and continue falling over and over again. You can see many groups of people mingling here. There are cocktails and appetizers being walked around on silver platters by these pale attendants that you know all too well. The doors around you are mostly open, though the door to the chapel at the very end of the hall is closed as preparations are being set. A large red velvet rope blocks off the stairs to the north that you all know lead to where the masquerade was held, though the entrance to the south is open. The south leads to the dining hall and the basement, along with a spiral staircase that leads both up and down. This, Alizzato and Zielle, where you noticed the whites go along with your gear, if you were to ever want to retrieve that. This is also where you spot these pale attendants both coming and going, holding both empty and full platters as they begin to make their way around the entrance hall. One thing that you note as well upon entering is you all stick out like sore thumbs. The masquerade, everyone was in these extravagant and over-the-top outfits. So dressing in these wild colors and schemes almost made you blend in, even though each one of you were unique in your own way. But even in your armor, your custom dress, your everyday wear, it is hard for you all not to feel out of place, as every single one of these attendees seem to be in identical outfits. Some wear the black classic suit and tie, and others wear a simple, full-length, strapless black dress. Those choosing the suit have a crimson red pocket square hanging outside of their suit jacket chest pocket, and those wearing the dress all have the crest of Ravenloft as a clip in their hair, no matter the length. And one thing you all note as well, given your perception checks, is there are signs posted around the entrance hall. All guests are asked to remain on the main floor. Trespassers will be punished accordingly. Guest rights revoked.
I guess I will say, coincidentally, I'm wearing black too anyway, so.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I don't have the little Ravenloft thing, and it's not a strapless dress, but it's all black.
Esmeralda fitting in a little bit more than the rest of you, though it is still hard to not feel out of place. As Zielle, this handmaiden brings you to the south hallway and begins to guide you up the spiral staircase. Zielle, you go up one floor and you spot a landing, though she continues up the spiral staircase, beckoning you forth to an even higher floor. Zielle, this handmaiden brings you high up this tower to a small landing. There is another staircase that leads upward off of this, though she brings you to a doorway. She opens a door, beckoning you into a lounge area. In this lounge, as the thunder begins to shake the tower in which you reside, being high up is a little unnerving as the rain batters down upon the castle. You can hear the heavy beams groan under the weight of the ceiling, and you see 3 ornate lanterns hang by chains from these beams, each casting a dim glow. The curved wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel latticework. A bookcase sits on the east wall between 2 doors, and there are these plush, overstuffed chairs and couches that are placed all around the room with this ornate rug that look comfy as ever. And lounging on one of these couches, Zielle, already half drunk in the early afternoon, is a handsome young man with these sunken yet sharp cheekbones that sit atop a striking jawline. Though his more feminine features are accentuated perfectly with his long, wavy blonde hair. He's currently wearing these tightly fitted pants and a lilac open-chested long-sleeve blouse with frills all about. His attire, while elegant, is still worn and faded. It seems like he is wasting away and does not want to get dressed for the occasion, as his piercing blue eyes gaze up at you, Zielle. You're telling me another one was brought in by Strahd? Isn't one enough? He can never have his fill, can he? Bastard.
I'm sorry, is that wine?
Plenty. Would you like?
The wedding hasn't even started.
That doesn't mean we can't revel in some fine drinks.
Does he seem genuine or sarcastic?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, that's not that great at all. 8.
He seems genuine, though he is half drunk, so it might be a little hard to understand his mannerisms.
Is the handmaiden still here, or she just left me with this dude?
She has currently opened the door for you and is waiting for you to walk in.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm needed by the bride.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Ignore him. She is kitty corner around in the guest room.
Okay. I'll give him a half-hearted salute and walk into the guest room.
As you walk past, this man lounged on this couch. He raises a glass to you. If you're ready, come join me. I don't know what your plans are, but I'll be here for quite a while. I haven't gotten my fill in quite a bit. Some touch would be nice.
Ask me in a few hours. After, maybe.
He cocks his head and cheers his drink to you. I'll hold you to that. Then I can hold you to me.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Always.
And as you walk into the separate room, a large bed sits in the center of this room. Its 4 corner posts supporting a black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. There are several comfortable couches placed around this room, in between which a large ornate wardrobe sits, alongside a smaller, simpler window set in the stone. The air, however, is as fresh as ever here, and scattered throughout the room are hundreds of flowers. Bouquets wrapped neatly and placed on the nightstand, rose petals covering the bed. Newly picked flowers sit in enormous, intricate vases in the corners of this room. Your eyes can't even rest on a point in this room without seeing a flower in your vision.
Before I've fully scanned the room, I just want to do my divine sense.
Absolutely. The man that you just passed is undead as ever. However, walking in and closing the door behind you, you spot Irina. Her hair down in these long red curls, and a dress that is as beautiful as ever. Long, seamless, and this lace wrapping up around her neck, all in the brightest whites you've ever seen. Irina does not ping for you with your divine sense. As she looks up at you, I didn't think you'd actually accept.
Accept the second most important role at a wedding? A huge party?
It was a shot in the dark. I'm surprised Strahd even kept his word to ask you. Thank you for coming.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you. not how I imagined my wedding day to be. She kind of sinks into herself and doesn't finish the thought.
I see Irina in her wedding dress, and her demeanor is so familiar to me. I see myself in the wedding dress that I was supposed to wear to marry a man I did not want to marry. And I just, like it has from the beginning, my heart goes out to her. And so I will too. Is it possible to subtly lock the door as I walk away from it?
Sure, give me a sleight of hand check.
13 plus 5 is 18.
It is enough to where you see Irina purely focused in the mirror. There's moments where she goes to fix one of her curls where you can take advantage of this time and quickly hit the lock on the door.
I'll cross the room to her as soon as I've done that. If she's looking in the mirror of the vanity, I'll lean over her shoulders from behind and like hug her, looking at both of us in the mirror.
She reaches one hand up and clasps on your forearm.
Irina, one of the first things I did in Barovia was promise to protect you. That's why I'm here to kill you.
And for today...
Gag! Gag! Literally gagged. What are you even saying? Hey!
That's a wrap.
Hey! 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 Girl, what?
¿Qué dijo?
Wait, I
We
can explain
just
myself.
swore!
Next session. Just wait.
What?
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm obsessed with you. That's amazing.
She's going off script.
I'm obsessed with
She's
you.
going off script.
Oh, and it gets
Ryan's
better.
like, cut.
Oh my god.
I'm so scared. I'm either making the worst decision or the best decision ever. It could literally be either. I could die in the next scene.
May, I love you. I love you, May.
I can explain.
Wait.
We will have to figure out,
Can we play tomorrow?
as will I have to
Real.
figure out what is happening in 2 weeks when we come
that's
back
good.
for
Oh.
the continuation
chat.
of the wedding of Strahd von
That is
Zarevich.
good.
Potentially. Unless
Maybe.
there's a
Wedding
fucking
or-
corpse bride.
No wedding if there's no bride. No wedding if there's no bride.
Dude, Asher's about to have the best day ever.
Oh, I'm sweating.
We will see you in 2 weeks. And you can be just as surprised as I am at this entire fucking cast. So, goodbye,
I want the video
everybody.
of Ryan reacting to that just on repeat. It just that.
That's amazing. Oh.
Oh my god.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, listen. I promise, I'm not just doing something stupid just to be stupid. I'm trying to do something, I swear.